Hello fellow gaming minions, welcome back to my channel. Right, I am ranking all of the 007 GoldenEye weapons today. It's been a while since I've been meaning to make this video and now we're finally here. Let's get to it. So before I continue this video, what is some of your favourite weapons in this game? Is it the Golden Gun, Golden PP7, the Cougar Magnum? Let me know in the comment section below and let's get right into it. Right, so I've got my laptop here and I'm going to be ranking all of these weapons as I've already mentioned. So I've got the different ranking tier lists. So at the bottom we've got Klobb. So definitely no weapon wants to be in Klobb, right? No one wants to be there. That's the absolute worst of the worst. Secondly, we've got D, which it's not as bad as the Klobb, but it's manageable. Then we've got C, sort of like lower mid tier. Then we've got B, mid tier. Then we've got A, pretty decent, and then we've got 007, which is the absolute best of the best.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And that's my ranking list for this particular style order. So we're going to rank all of these guns that we can see at the bottom, or weapons, and let's see what goes where from my personal experience with 007 GoldenEye. Enjoy this video, otherwise I have to purchase you a KFC if you don't. Okay, so first off, what we have is the USAR-33 assault rifle. Now this gun was actually one of my favorites. I remember you can actually attain this in the jungle mission and whatnot, so it was good penetration. You can actually shoot through multiple guards, even through objects and whatnot, so you can shoot through doors and whatnot. And you know what, it's actually a really decent gun, really good awesome fire rate, so I'm definitely going to have to put that gun in 007. Pretty decent gun with overall good fire rate, and it's actually attainable. You don't have to use the cheats for that one, which is actually pretty awesome. Okay, next on the list is what we have is the shotgun. Now I believe this shotgun is only attainable through the cheats. I think this specific one is, but when I actually did get the shotgun for this one, it wasn't that great. You know, you would think that shotguns have a lot more bigger impact in especially games like, well, first-person shooter games. It was a cool-looking and cool-sounding gun. It wasn't really my cup of tea. I liked the sound of it, and I didn't really get much joy out of using it. So I'm gonna have to put this one in. You know, for its penetration, it's not that good. It's 5 cartridges, I believe it was. It sounds cool. It looked cool, but it wasn't really my thing. So I'm gonna have to put it in D tier. There you go, shotgun. You're gonna have to go in D tier. I actually don't feel guilty for doing that because it wasn't really, it was a bit of a lackluster of a weapon, to be fair. Alright, next we have, is that the Cougar Magnum? Yes it is. Do you know what? This one doesn't need anything. This is going straight in 007. This gun was absolutely awesome. The design is brilliant. The sound effects of when you shoot the gun is absolutely powerful. You know, sleek silver shot, well not shot, but handgun was pretty awesome. Only attainable through cheats, but the only weapon, or the only time I actually saw that being used in the actual game was by Natalia in the jungle mission, and that's going straight in 007. Absolutely amazing weapon. Okay, the next weapon that we have here is the DK5 Deutsche, is that correct? Right, so this gun was actually pretty cool. Uses pretty much like pistol ammo, so it doesn't really have much in terms of penetration. But I noticed with this gun, once you fire it single shot only, it sounds similar to the Golden Gun. But it was actually a simple weapon. It was actually pretty decent. So do you know what? I'm going to put it in B. I think B is actually pretty decent for its ranking there. That's not too bad. And next what we have, is it the DD44? Now I remember General Oromov using this weapon. I believe this was attainable, was it in the Dam mission? It might have been in the Dam mission. I believe that's the first mission we actually found this gun. It might have been with that guard in the just before you make the jump off the dam. In that little room, one with the little like general uniform. It's actually a pretty decent gun. Not too bad, not too good, but it's actually pretty decent. I love the design. The sound of it is actually pretty good. So do you know, I'll put it in B tier. Let's go in B. That's not too good, not too bad. It's actually pretty, you know, standard. It's a pretty cool looking gun, as with anything. Now, here we are, Golden Gun itself. Right, okay, so with the Golden Gun, Obviously, with the golden gun, it's a one-hit, one-kill with this thing. Really, really useful against guards, even in the 007 sort of difficulty when you actually unlock all the cheats and everything. I believe that when you hit someone else, another guard who's actually holding the gun, if you shoot the gun, they won't go down. I've actually tested that as well. Golden gun is actually pretty decent, especially for its high damage, especially with one hit, one kill. Cool sounding gun, really slick design. I'm gonna go with A. Now the reason why I'm putting it in A is because it doesn't have much of in terms of a fire rate. It's actually pretty, like I said, it's like the granddaddy of like golden gun weapons, so it's actually alright, but it's just the penetration wasn't that brilliant, and the fact is it's actually decent. You know, one hit, one kill, does what it needs to do, job done. So I believe what we have next is the golden PP7. Now this one I don't think needs, it's not going in D, it's not going in C, it's not even going in B. This one's going straight in 007. Straight in 007. Reason being the high fire rate. One hit, one kill with a high fire rate. Very, very lethal. Absolutely lethal gun. And you can't deny it. It's actually a pretty slick design. Beautiful. Just think of James Bond's like simple gun, PP7, but with a lot more 007 range to it. Yeah, I love the golden PP7. Absolutely awesome. Used it a lot when I actually unlocked the cheats for it, and really had a good time with shooting guards. Endless times of putting them straight down like stray dogs. There you go. I think it's our first explosive now. The grenade. The grenade, it's alright. I had a bit of fun with it, you know, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't too brilliant, but I rarely ever used the grenades in the game. You know, because especially when if you're just messing around, having a bit of fun with it, then I suppose it serves its purpose. So, but without using your cheats and everything, I believe, especially going against guards on their normal, I'm going to put this in C tier. Yeah, go C tier. I think that's quite fair for the grenade. The grenade launcher. Now I think I had a little bit more fun with this than I ever did with the actual grenades of the game. So, you know, they've got a decent range, they're good fun to use, as long as you're not in the radius of the explosion. I'm probably going to put this in, my enjoyability comes into this, I'm going to put this in B. I'm actually quite fun with the grenade launchers, so that's actually pretty decent, I'll put it in B. Next, is that the knife I can see? Now, is that the throwing knife or is that the hunting knife? I think it's just a knife. Yeah, so with the knife, I believe that's throwing, I am going to put you... See, it's a bit of a trick on with the knives. I never really used them much. I know that you can attain them through the bunker mission when you are captured, and I believe that's when you can use your watch magnet to pick them up and whatnot. So with the knives, I've rarely ever used them. I'm not saying they're useless, but it's not something I'd actually use, so I'll probably put it in D tier, to be fair. I'm a fan of them in terms of just having a bit of fun with them, but other than that, I don't really use them to actually get through the missions, so there is that. Just take a quick look. No, that's the actual hunting knife. In any case, yeah, I'll say it's a D. It's just another melee weapon, you know, in terms of like, instead of having a snappers, you have the knife, which adds a little bit more level of fun with the sound effects, but yeah, I've just realised that's actually the hunting knife, not the throwing knives. But in any case, I'd actually put both throwing knives in D tier, as a matter of fact. In fact, let me just move that there now, and let me just put both knives there in D tier, because I don't really use them all that much, so I don't really care over them. I had a bit of fun with them, unlocking them with the cheats and whatnot, but well, at least with the hunting knife, and with the throwing knife, I could actually get in the game, that's fine, but no, I wasn't really a fan. Okay, continuing on, so is that the KF7? No, this gun was just basically legendary on this game. It's not the strongest weapon in the game, but it's actually really, really decent in terms of its iconicness, and you know what? That is going straight in A tier. I absolutely love this gun, it's actually pretty decent. Like, it's got a good threat of fire, you use it quite a lot in many of your missions, and it just became like a 007 symbolized gun for me, so that's actually pretty decent. Klobb? Here you go. Yeah, see you later. I can't stand the Klobb. I think that's a pretty justified rank for that guy. It is terrible, and it's rubbish, and it's useless, and I wouldn't say it's useless, it does its job, but who here actually really ever uses the Klobb? I do apologise to you, Ken Lobb, who actually was on 007 GoldenEye for the making of this game, but this gun, I know this was named after you, but this gun was absolutely rubbish. I did not like it at all. Alright, moving on. Yes, yes, yes. Give me the Moonraker Laser. Do you know what? That's going straight in a 007. When I actually played with this weapon on, got it on, I believe it was the level with Jaws, wasn't it? Aztec, wasn't it? And oh my goodness, it's my most favourite mission, of course, but I love the fact that you get to have the Moonraker Laser, unlimited ammo capacity, really awesome shots through anything. The penetration was absolutely immense, and it was actually really good hearing the sound of that gun. So that's going straight in 007. Thank you very much. Okay, what's next? Is this the Phantom? Is that the one where you get for the, I believe that's the one you get on the frigate mission. It was alright, the Phantom. It was alright. I wouldn't say, because it uses like pistol ammo and doesn't have much great penetration. It's got an awesome name. It's actually pretty okay. Good fire rate. So because of that, I'm going to put it in B. I think B is actually fine. I think B is okay. Yeah, not too bad. What's this? PP7 standard issue. Pretty. Do you know what? This game just screams top tier for me, but I don't think it's actually in 007, but it's not exactly in B or C, so I probably would have to, I don't know, but it's so iconic though. It is so iconic. I mean, this gun, you know, I rate these other ones at top of 007 really high because of their penetration, how extremely powerful they are, but then again, this gun pretty much is your base gun for pretty much every single mission apart from the bunker. And sometimes you start the silence one, but it's so awesome though, the PP7. Oh my goodness, I can't do it. I simply can't do it. You know what? This game is synonymous with 007 itself. So I'm going to the top. I'm going 007. I am. It absolutely is. You know, that gun is just basically that's just James Bond's baby. There you go, and I can't disrespect it by putting it in anywhere lower. You know, I absolutely love that gun. You know, it's a gun I use in pretty much nearly every mission, pretty much a lot of the missions actually. My first playthrough with it, my 100th playthrough with it, absolutely love it. It's simple, no penetration, nothing like that, but it's just so classy. It just screams 007's like standard issued weapon. You gotta love it. You know, it's absolutely good. So what have we got here? Next, we've got, is that the proximity mine? That's the proximity mine. This you can actually have fun with. I actually remember back in the day when I was playing on 007 with my family members, and they actually used this on me in that little puzzly sort of map. I can't remember what it was called, it's been a while ago, but you could actually go through tunnels and things like that, and it wasn't the cave one, it was something else, and they used proximity mines, and I had anxiety about where I was going to go in that mission. Oh, what was that? So I may have to put this, you know, you can actually have good fun with it when it's on multiplayer, of course. See, when it's on single player campaign, it's fine. You know, if the guards come towards it, they're going to get blown up anyway. But I'll put this in C tier, but I will, can I put it in front of that? Can I put it in front? There you go. I'll put that much more better than the grenades. You know, because it is an explosive, it does explosive damage, and that's fine. Right, this gun, I believe is that the RCP-90. This gun, without any hesitation, this is one of the greatest guns in the game, most definitely. That is going straight up there in 007. Extremely powerful gun, extremely fast. This gun is basically like having a minigun in your hands. It's the fastest fire rate, and it's got a high ammo capacity. I mean, was it about 80, I think it was, or something like that? And it is just very, very deadly with its penetration. Shoot through multiple guys, shoot through anything, and that is worthy of being on 007 up there. So that's a magnificently powerful gun. Alright, so we're almost done, just got a few more of them left. So next we have the remote mine. You know, it still does explosive and whatnot. I think in terms of the remote mine, you can detonate it whenever you want. I believe the first time, was it the facility I first tried this out? I believe it was the facility mission, but you only get a few remote mines where you have to blow up the bottle tanks at the bottling plant at the back of the mission just before you finish. I think it was actually, it's, you know, for many explosives, I'm going to put this in there we are. I have to put it in the front of C tier. It's actually pretty decent remote mine, but it's alright. It's not too bad, not too great. It done its job. Okay, next we have the is that the rocket launcher? Ooh, alright, that's a bit of a tricky one. It's still an explosive weapon. This actually was causing a lot more havoc on the cheats as well. I find this weapon a simple standard explosive weapon, but at the same time I had so much fun with it. So, and it's got a little sort of fireworks sort of noise coming from it, so it does have a little bit of points in regards to that. but it is an explosive weapon. Although saying that, I did have quite a bit of fun with it, so I'm going to have to... Is it B or C? So if I put it in B, I feel like I'm being a bit too nice to it, but if I put it in C, it feels like... It feels right if I put it in C, because I didn't really use it that much. I'll put it in C. I think that's... yeah, that does sound about right for me, especially regarding my experience. Shotgun? No, that's... Although I do like the shotgun sound and its shooting, but the sound effects when you shoot it, let me just end all confusion just then. It wasn't really a gun that I really used on that much outside of when I was actually at the statue mission, you know, and sometimes when I used the cheats I just thought, you know, go to it because it sounds awesome, and I just shot from it. The cartridges, I like to look at the design of the gun, but wasn't really my kind of weapon. I wouldn't exactly put it in top tier, so like sort of lower mid-range in terms of the guns. Alright, just a few more. What's this? The D5K Silenced. Do you know what? I thought that was actually an alright gun. No, I can't really say too much about it really. I didn't really use it all that much. I did use it every now and again, so I have to put it in B tier. I think B tier is actually quite fun with it. You know, it's got a good fire rate, plus it's a silencer, and sounds a little bit more dinky than the actual gun, of course, but you know, I think B is a decent ranking for it. So what we have here now is the PP7 Silencer. Wow. Well, you know I love the PP7. With this being a silencer, which means you're more concealed more, do you know what? That just screams 007 for me. Absolutely love that gun. I think you get that gun, what is it, in the mission of the Surface, wasn't it? Surface, and you might get it, I don't know if you can't remember if you get it in the runway mission. I don't know why you would need a silencer for those kind of missions, but for the Surface I understand because it's more quieter. Oh, what we have here is the silver PP7, great penetration. It's not as lethal as the golden gun, but you can actually get great penetration in it, and the slick design is great, but I may have to put that in A. Yes, it was not as lethal as the gold PP7. In fact, it's just basically the gold PP7 is like the manly, silver PP7 is like the not so manly one. I have to be careful with my words there. The sniper rifle. The sniper rifle I didn't really use much of outside of the missions of Surface. I hardly ever use it in that mission. I did use it just to experiment it, you know, trying to... With the N64 control pad, it was kind of hard to keep the marker on the enemies and stuff sometimes, so you have to really get to grips with that. So I may have to put this one. It's not a bad gun, it does what it needs to do, and it's a silencer. It's a good... I think it's the only sniper rifle in the game, so I want to put this in B tier. That's alright. Oh, here we go. The Taser. And I think you get that in the cheats where you just go... That was actually quite fun. But its capacity is like... I think I can't remember if it was 50 or 49 or something, but it's a single shot fire. It's not really that great in terms of its raw power, but it was actually quite a fun gadget to use, and I had a bit of fun with it, so I may have to put you... I don't know, it's kind of hard because you don't really do much with it outside of the... its usefulness, it's just a fire one projectile at a time. I had a bit of fun with it though, but its usefulness in the games, I can't really put it in there, so it's going in D tier. It's going to have to go D tier. I believe that's the timed mine. Stop double clicking that button. Yeah, that's the timed mine. Again, like anything, I think that's going right at the back of C, to be fair. That's going right at the back. I don't really use the timed mine all that much, and I think it was what, a 3-second detonation, I think it is? 3-second detonation. I never really used the timed mines all that much. The watch. Now for those of you that remember in the film and on the game, he actually 007 uses the watch to escape the train because of a traitor tried to kill him and Natalia. So outside, well, the watch was actually alright. You know, you don't really use it all that much outside of that mission, but I think it was alright. It did its job. But I may have to put this one, the watch. it's gonna have to go in D for me. Yeah, you don't really use it. The range isn't that great either. Considering the fact it is a watch, it's a 007 gadget, but it's actually pretty fine where it is. Yeah, I'm gonna say detail. I'll say detail. And last but not least, I believe we have the ZMG. I think that one was actually pretty decent. I remember using it in the caverns. Is it the caverns or is it Egyptian? I think I used it in 2 or 3 levels. Yeah, it was actually pretty decent. Good fire rate. Penetration wasn't as good, but it was actually pretty decent. You know, you can put down guards quite decently. I may have to put this one maybe in A. No, I'm gonna have to say B. I'll say B. It's not as lethal as the Golden Gun, and it's not as penetrative as the Silver PP7. But I say that the tier list now is finished. That's my tier list, fellow gaming minions. So, did you enjoy this tier list of ranking all the 007 weapons? Obviously, you're going to feel differently. I'm still a little bit conflicted about what goes where inside this tier list myself, you know, because I'm thinking because my fun factor with these guns and gadgets and things, it may shift a bit. You know what I mean? But for those that are 007, like the Cougar Magnum, the Gold PP7, Moonraker Laser, RCP-90, and 007's like main weapon, the PP7, and the AR-33 gun, absolutely top-notch weapons and whatnot, and the Silenced PP7 as well. They are iconic 007 GoldenEye weapons for me. Obviously, you're going to feel differently, which is great. Let me know. What are your thoughts? Where would you rank these weapons on your list? Let me hear your list, fellow gaming minions. I've got another ranked list coming as well to do with this game. So if you want to stick around, hit that subscribe button, turn that bell on for notifications so you never miss that specific upload or any of my other uploads. I've got more ranking videos to come, many more. So thank you very much for watching, fellow gaming minions. I'm Dr. Virtual, the greatest gamer in the multiverse. That is a fact, not an opinion. So may retro gaming live on, and I'll see you soon.